so much. Ah.
Greetings, YouTube, and welcome once again to Sunday Funday. This time, it's 18, and I like it. We have become old enough to vote, to fight, and probably, well, not to drink. Damn it.
You can drink in Alberta. Come
on. What am I doing with my life?
Fuck. Alright, let me introduce the shitlords that I have once again in my usual completely unfair and biased manner by going one side to the other from my point of view. Of course, we have Minibagel being humped by a lizard at this point.
Oh, yes. Hey, guys. I am Senor Minibagel. I run a YouTube channel and also a blog, and I also have a lizard on me. The blog is mraminibagel.blogspot.com. The YouTube channel is Senor Minibagel, and the lizard is named Merlin.
Don't worry, we link you. But no, I'm not linking Merlin. He's a shitlord. Bread and Circuses.
Hey.
Wave at the camera. It's this asshole. And Bread and Circuses, yeah, you'll see the link in the download. Because unlike Minibagel, he knows that I will plug him. And the next person I want to plug up is Feminism is for Nobody.
Hello. I should probably plug myself because he always forgets my fucking links, this shitlord.
Yeah,
you cis male.
It triggers me.
I make YouTube videos where I shout at feminists. That's what I do, pretty much.
And then, of course, we have his baldness, Mark, who almost needs no introduction because he's as loud and obnoxious as I am.
I'm hungry, I am anti-bigot, and I'm hungry.
And then we have the all-seeing eye of Sauron come to grace us with his presence. Positive.
Hey guys, I'm Positive Improvement. I'm less popular than most of these other guys, but that's probably because I just talk about whatever I feel like, and I'm not afraid to say things like the wage gap is real, even though it's not what feminists think it is.
Fair enough. Ramble! Ramble a little bit.
That asshole?
Yeah, that asshole.
Yeah, nobody likes him. We don't have to do him.
Yeah, like everybody just talks shit about him.
But he always goes
I hear he fucks kids. That's just what I heard.
Oh, Ramble? Fuck that guy.
Yeah. He doesn't matter.
Next.
Right.
He doesn't even like cake.
He doesn't even have a lizard on his back.
I
Doesn't even have a lizard.
Fuck you, Brad.
You don't have cream cheese, bitch.
Scratch Point, are you there?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay. Just waiting for a moment, huh?
Yeah, but you guys can take it upon yourselves to look me up. You don't care who I am.
I do. I care. And the founder and president and CEO of the Lauren Southern Fan Club, Spinosaruruskin. Spino?
You left now. You just. Wow. This is why we need to take care of cyber violence. Poor kid hung himself.
Hey,
I guess you could say
her own words, I'm
guys.
talented.
I guess you could say that this is a real Google Hangout.
Oh god. I am talented in the words of Lauren Southern herself. I am extraordinary in the words of Karen Strawn, and I'm awesome in the words of Dr. Random McCam.
No, I want to say that.
Spino, who are they? Come on.
But
wow, damn, dude. Just name them like
Why are you so
helicopter.
gynocentric?
Is that gynocentric or dinocentric?
It's Spino.
Yes.
Yeah, you're just a slave to those women. You're a slave to pussy.
And finally, our bookending our podcast with delicious treats, it's Taco.
Yo, what's going on?
Taco?
You know, just here every Sunday.
If you're from Taco Bell, you can get out right now.
Yeah.
He's on breakfast taco.
Oh, yeah.
It's better to be here than to watch whatever fucking low-grade college football happens to be on at this time on a Sunday morning.
Hey, excuse me.
It's
Okay,
NFL.
I have that going on,
The
alright?
NFL is happening right now.
You mean egg hand?
And
Yeah, I don't
finally,
want to watch the Raiders at this time of the fucking morning.
Hand egg,
Hey,
yeah,
Raiders.
hand egg.
God.
All right.
And finally, it's me, the Red Robot, your host with the almost.
That's one way.
Like, somebody mute him.
Taco.
No, we got taco. We just did taco.
Yeah.
I swear to God, this lizard.
Spino wants taco again. He's hungry.
Nobody
We've
cares
been
about
down. We've been down to do taco anytime. Oh wait, are we talking about taco or taco?
Taco.
Just look up Spanish bayonet on Urban Dictionary and you'll see what you mean.
Spanish bayonet.
No. It's like awful. Don't do that.
Is that like an Urban Dictionary term?
Wait,
Let me read it to you.
The 16-year-old just told us to go look up innuendo on the internet. We're all going to jail.
Hey, Bagel, look up blue waffle.
Oh, fuck off! Okay, guys. Okay,
Alright, so what was the show about anyhow?
Can I please read the Spanish bayonet definition in a really... Okay. Take your erect penis and stuff it in a stand-and stuffed taco. After this is done, you add your desired taco filling. After the shell is filled around your penis, fade the Spanish bayonet to your respected partner.
This hangout went to shit so fucking fast.
This is why I don't like bagels. They're just worse versions of donuts.
Hey!
Shots fired.
That may be true.
Is there any
like a ham and cheese donut, that'd be weird.
Down to
My feels.
Bagels are like the muffins of cupcakes.
Ooh.
Fuck off. Muffins are pretty good too.
Now, okay, I have two things to say. Spino, your descendants turned into birds, therefore there's white meat in you, so you qualify for Sunday night whites.
Hey.
And two, how the fuck did the Oakland Raiders win? Did they just empty Compton out onto the field and go, fuck you, we're getting a touchdown?
Screw your ball.
They gave the commissioner of football
To answer your
a
question,
blowjob.
Mark. To answer your question, Mark, yes. That's exactly what happened.
Now I have to go look up who the Raiders beat.
So this show is going very well structured.
Yeah.
Wait, structure?
Oh yeah, we have topics usually. I know since it's the 18th, I had something and damn it, Mark! The late show made me forget what the fuck I was going to talk about today.
Consent laws.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck me.
Oh, is there another one now?
To mine for Sarah Nyberg. Come on.
How about cyber violence? Hashtag cyber violence.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was good.
God knows it's topical.
Yay, my topic. Yay.
So how the hell did we get to the point where people who have documented cases of bullying and harassment on the internet are now our arbiters?
Vagina. That's how vagina.
No,
it's not just that.
Because politically powerful academic ideology that uses bullying tactics to get its way. That's why.
I feel like that's pretty well put.
Oh
Next
god,
topic.
Brett has posted the actual thing.
Ding.
I'm not gonna read this. I think I'd kill myself.
Well, be my guest.
Oh.
Yeah. No, here's I had like a quote from there was actually in the report for like the evidence of like harassment and stuff. There was a C drive link.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
A what?
Literally, the report that they had to give links for actual files that they needed for like websites and stuff.
Citations and things.
Yeah, it was on a local file. That is how incompetent they are.
Several of them are also blank.
They don't even have a site.
I still have to go through that.
Citations.
Yeah.
Like, how do you consider that a report worth reading when they can't even cite anything correctly?
I actually have the citation here. It is file//C users owner download CCV research report 2015.pdf.
Are they going to give us access into their computer so we can see that? I don't know.
No.
I guarantee we get these journalists to delete System 32. Who's with me?
Wait, that sounds like a good idea. Well, I'm going to go to my thoughts right now.
Actually, yeah, I would actually not be surprised if we could convince them to do that.
And show them how to charge our phone with a microwave.
Just say System 32 is a program dedicated for installing the patriarchy, and you could do it instantly.
System 32 virus.
That's the back door for all of the harassment you're receiving.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. We need to say the secret to patriarchy is System 32. Delete it now and be free from patriarchy forever.
No, because
we'll be free of
we
them.
we can't teach women to delete System 32 and kill the patriarchy. We have to teach men not to fix it for them. so all the male
Teach men to stop making System 32 in the first place.
I think the thing that bothers me most about it is just the term itself, cyber violence. They're basically, they're doing that thing where they twist language and make a situation sound much more harsh than it actually is in order to push an agenda.
Yeah,
I just
tweeted a really popular sort of internet artist. He sort of talks about like free speech issues and stuff, and he favorited the tweet, so he saw it. So we might actually get a Dan Bull track about this. That will be awesome.
Not to mention, the so-called violence can be ended by turning off the computer.
But apparently
that's your cell phone. This violence is so pernicious that you can avoid it at all costs by any means imaginable.
Let's just take a moment. Can we please just take a moment? Can we take a moment to appreciate the fact that cyber violence has become an actual term?
Yeah. Well, and the justification. Do you know what the justification is?
You can turn off your computer. That's not a particularly good argument, given that like so many people's lives kind of focus on the internet at the moment.
Bullshit.
However, there are block buttons. No, there are block buttons. That's a better argument. Block buttons exist. Mute buttons exist.
Then they're gonna go.
Word. How did people get a before the internet?
Oh, did anybody actually? Did anybody actually watch the video of the conference?
I have a quote from it. I have a quote here for
because
we did.
The one thing I wanted to say was Zoe Quinn had the nerve to say that something about, I don't remember the exact quote, but she used the word she didn't want it to become an echo chamber. Meanwhile, the reason why she was there was because she was proposing an echo chamber.
She was sitting in an echo chamber. That's all that panel was.
Zoe Quinn is such a fucking joke. I've gotten threats myself that are 1,000 times worse than Zoe Quinn's.
I'm gonna kill you,
don't see me moving. You know why? Because they're fake. That's how internet threats work. 99% of them are fake.
Hey, I got my first death threat. Guys,
congrats! Way to go, Ramble.
Yeah. I haven't gotten death threats. I haven't gotten like hate. I don't get many hate messages.
Neither do I. I get people calling me a racist, but that's about it.
No, I get every now and then like, oh, you're a misogynist or you're wrong or something like that. But I don't really very often get sort of actual like threats or hate messages or anything. Maybe it's just because I'm so awesome that I can't elicit negative.
Or you're so insignificant they just leave you to be. Mark,
I'm the second most popular person here.
Fuck you, Spino.
Mark, can you please stop what you were just doing right there?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, I had no other way to get anybody's attention.
Well, I'm trying one method here. Positive, you had something earlier.
I was just going to say that the justification they use for this cyber violence being an actual thing is that the brain is part of the human body. So injuries to the brain are the same as injuries to the body. So therefore, it's violence. Just
Don't you have to have a brain in order to hurt one?
You actually damage a brain with words.
Yeah.
Words don't actually do anything.
Does that mean we're also redoing the term for injury?
I guess so. They're trying to redefine
in this case,
violence. They're going to redefine injury. They're going to redefine everything.
I think in this case there might be an affirming consequent fallacy in there somewhere.
They're going to redefine sexism and racism. Wait a minute, they already did that.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. They're not afraid to change definitions for basic words.
Well, the dictionary was written by the white man, so.
Well, and it's got the word "dick" in it.
Yeah, but
reading a dictionary is rape. Confirmed.
Kill.
We need the.
However, we got to remember that if even with the dictionary definition of the dictionary definition of sexism, racism, and all these other things, those are wrong. But the dictionary definition of feminism, that's good.
I love how that works.
Yeah.
Things we like are correct.
The dictionary was written by the patriarchy, yet for some reason they decided to put the correct definition for feminism.
This reminds me of another group. Think about how religious people treat the Bible. They pick and choose only the things that they agree with.
Exactly.
Pigs, fabrics,
Dictionary.
in general.
We used to call people like that cafeteria Christians.
Well, I will say this.
You can choose.
in the defense of cafeteria Christians, to the extent that it has made them far more tolerant than the written word of their religion should be. You know what? I'm going to let them do that. I'm not going to complain, because if they took it to the literal, there's some shit they should be doing that they're not, and thank God for that.
No, what I don't like is when they start using that to like to sort of act as some kind of shield for fundamentalists.
Talk about Kim Davis.
In the same way that sort of these you get a lot of these videos like feminism's for equality and we're for equality and it's just those radical feminists, they're not true feminists, blah, 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 blah. That's when I start having an issue. It's the same with pretty much any ideology.
You know what? If you want feminism to be about equality, how about you spend more time complaining about the people who aren't living up to equality than to the people who are assuming it's not?
Yeah. Why? No. Yeah, that's actually a really good. That's a really good point. If why do feminists spend more time talking to pro equality anti-feminists that about how feminism is for equality than anti-equality feminists?
Okay,
if they really cared more about equality than feminism.
Well, you'd be mistaking what they actually want.
Exactly. They're more interested. They're more interested in their fucking.
They want extra equality. You can't have more rights, because if you have more rights, you necessarily have to take away from somebody. And who's that somebody? Well, that would be taking away from men. That's
not
what.
necessarily.
That's what
right
the
from zero
diehards
sum
want.
game. There's just because you get a right doesn't mean you have to take one from someone else. It's not.
That's true. But they're if they're talking.
What they're asking for necessarily means that.
Yeah, what they are.
Well, they're asking for privileges. They're asking for special privileges because there's no more rights you can give them. They have pretty much every right that you could ask for.
They have more rights, technically.
No, they want to actually hamper other people. You know, to somehow close the wage gap to zero, you necessarily have to harm men to do it. You'd have to drag them down.
Yes.
And they're perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, and that
by all means, they are okay with that. They
I wouldn't even call that a right,
said
though. Like calling that a right isn't even the correct thing to say. It's a privilege. You don't have a right to have a job. You don't have a right to make a certain amount of money.
They're the ones who are arguing that it should be a right.
Yeah.
I'm just using their language.
You should have the right to the ability to have a job. You should be able to try and get what you want. But you should
have the right to. You should have the right to have an opportunity to have a job and the opportunity to get paid. But
that's why I can agree with people that are on disability. Mainly because I might be one of them.
I can understand. If you can't work, if you physically can't work, then sure, give you something to help.
There's the truly indigent, and then there's a lot of people that are abusing the system.
Oh
yeah,
people who are just so fat there is a grey area with that though, because what sometimes can happen is you can actually physically work, but you won't actually be able to actually have a job or a career. So for example, my mum used to work in education, and but she had such a bad immune system that she'd get really ill, and she'd get ill all the time that she ended up only fulfilling 25% of the contract or something like that. It was crazy.
Well, if you have a bad immune system, I would say education's probably a bad route for you, especially the younger kids, because they just pass around.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Sickness to each other, that's kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, she wouldn't get ill around dogs, but kids.
I knew a guy who worked in construction all his life. That was his only skill, and then he injured his back and was no longer able to do anything even close to construction work anymore. And he was considered healthy enough to work, so he didn't get any disability or anything, but he couldn't do the only thing he was qualified to do.
And in some systems, the access to disability predicates access to retraining. So if you're not considered healthy still, you get training. If you're considered healthy enough to work, they won't retrain you.
Well, that's what I'm referring to, the actually indigent. Those that just basically, there's nothing, no amount of help is going to be able to make them be productive to society. But are we to sit here and say that there are people that are not just abusing the system either?
Well, most people with disability right now have percentage. For me, I fucked up my hand in the army, so I'm gonna get a little bit of percent for that.
Yeah, there are definitely. I would point out that there are definitely people who are abusing the system, but we don't know how many there are, and it's like how many false accusations exist. It's a dark number. We're never going to completely know.
And the other thing is, it's also, even the people who are abusing the system the most, they're not exactly rich. They're still in the lowest levels of society. It's just they're not as low as they should be based on their circumstances.
Well, not necessarily. I've seen that you see all these examples of people who they say, "Oh, yeah, I've been claiming £50,000 in benefits every year for the past 20 years."
And in the grand scheme of things,
hasn't even made that much money in like 10 years.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, 50,000 isn't like super rich, and that would be an extreme example.
There are a lot.
In Canada, in Toronto, back in the early mid 2000s, there was a woman that was panhandling in right on the section of Yonge Street that is where the Toronto Stock Exchange is, and her son was also panhandling a few blocks away. It turned out that they were walking 10 or 15 blocks each day from where they parked their Mercedes, which they drove from the gated suburb they lived in. They were well off people, and they had a vehicle that permitted like $100,000 vehicle that they drove somewhere nearby, changed their clothing, and then walked out looking like
that's
people do that in San Francisco all the time.
I wouldn't. Wait, are you claiming that's a common thing, or is that an
I'm claiming that it's
situation?
I'm claiming
he's just saying it does happen.
They were.
Yeah,
but there are also people
can't
that
look at the
somehow were.
Pretend like it's the norm. You know what I mean?
No, it's not the norm. There are people who are willing to attempt to game the system.
Yeah, of
but
course.
But there's people in San Francisco all the time that make a decent living just panhandling. But those people usually do like shows.
Yeah,
Like, there's a guy.
buskers.
There's a guy in San Francisco. He actually recently passed away, but he had a fake bush on the sidewalk, and he would scare people. My dad met him one time and gave him like $20 because he scared the shit out of us.
I heard about that guy because apparently he set up near one of the college campuses one day, and somebody sat down and was really upset, and the bush started talking to him and was really understanding, and they had a great conversation.
It didn't catch fire, did it?
No.
If he insulted them, would it be a burning
would be one of you be willing to sacrifice yourselves for Bane?
I would.
Nope.
Well,
Bane Bane has asked how he joined.
I want to talk to Bane.
I could send him the link.
If he wants to come in, I'll drop
Come on, he's our podfather. I will kick one of you assholes. I can't kick myself because I'm the host.
And I've never met
I don't mind dropping out for him if you like.
Kick a first timer.
I'll send the link. Although I might get hit by the spam filter.
I would greatly appreciate it if someone would throw themselves under the bus.
Okay.
I've never met Bane.
Well, hopefully we're about to.
Brandon Circuses falls on his sword.
Now, can I say something finally?
No.
You actually never get time to talk.
Shut up. I've been very quiet. So far as the cyber violence is concerned, Anita's quote was, "It includes being told that you suck and you're a liar."
Yeah, I heard her say that on the video.
Here's my question. My first video got death threats and SWAT threats and dox threats. I'm waiting for somebody to Photoshop her and Zoe sitting at that desk to look like the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion.
I'll do that.
Because the pair of them strike me as the most desperate for attention and the most ignorant of their own failings that I've seen recently.
All right, send Bane the link.
Send Bane the link.
Well, it was in a comment, for fuck's sake, and you just disabled them.
Disabled what comments?
You disabled the comments.
I didn't.
Someone did.
I have no idea how to do that.
There's a chat now, and it wasn't there a minute ago. I'll have to send him in a message.
Yeah, do that.
I didn't even know there was a way to. I've never been able to get the chat to work.
You have him on Skype or Twitter? Oh, he doesn't.
He doesn't have a Twitter. And
what about Facebook?
Messaging on YouTube.
Facebook. He has a Facebook page, but that doesn't. You can't send messages to that.
Yeah. If Bane doesn't get Bane doesn't get on, I'm killing himself.
Well, Benny asked him on Facebook if
what are the comments
joined
disabled?
and never he never
comments are
responded.
not disabled,
I
but
think-
you
I think-
post them on an open forum.
I think what happens is if you have the chat room, then the comments are disabled by default until the video archives later on.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a chat, you have a comment
the
section.
comments
It's only
are
one or
back.
the other.
I sent the link to him in both in a comment response. If you do it, Red, as the B-list profile, it won't go through this. It might actually go past the spam filter. Although it can't be spam.
Hey
filter.
Bane, if you could keep it a secret, I'll send it to you on a message on Facebook. Just don't tell people who I am, please.
Yeah, how's he supposed to respond to that?
Yeah.
In theory, he's watching.
I can see the comment.
He's watching us play like idiots.
How about he
Right.
responds with okay?
Oh, he asked 24 minutes ago. He's probably not here.
Yeah. Well, it was 24 minutes ago, but who cares?
Oh,
But it's Bane.
Oh, Ben.
Yes, it is. It's Bane, and he is.
Now, the other thing I have to say about what we talked about with feminists and their no true Scott fallacy, I'm going to be utterly philosophical here. It is not my right if I am living up to the standards of the second wave feminism that they claim is so fucking important. I am not, as a person, entitled to deny the agency of anybody else to label themselves. So feminists are doing a really shitty job of being feminists if they are saying, oh, well, that's not a real feminist. I mean, you're not even living up to your own fucking definition if you're taking the agency away from people to define themselves. So, the second that you make that no true Scott fallacy, you are also a bad feminist. You are also not a real feminist by your own definition.
Well, I think everybody that subscribes to a specific label, you know, they want to decry the people that are not following their idea of what the label is supposed to be.
And that's fine. Pick your own fucking
It makes sense, but
You speak as if they give a shit about hypocrisy.
some people do.
I find in general people who use the no true Scotsman fallacy, like legitimately, they actually try to use it. They generally have a very weak idea of their own identity, and they can't handle like a person they disagree with also sharing the same label as them. They just can't.
Well, I would
activate
personally
into their
argue
brain.
that anybody that clings very closely to a label has a problem with self-identity.
Well, what exactly is a no true Scotsman fallacy? Because I've been accused of accusing it incorrectly.
Okay, let me put it this way.
Hello, Bane.
Holy shit!
Spino doing.
Holy shit!
Hey!
Am I in?
Hey! Oh!
Hello, Bane.
How you going?
Senpai.
We are excellent. Yes, we
Doing
can
well as long as you don't bring any Fosters, because then it turns into
Hey,
a shit.
can you make all your responses in that robotic voice?
Ozzy's Fosters.
Can we bring on the talking Kool-Aid head?
666 here.
Hold on,
You
I'm
might wanna
getting
actually-
echoes somewhere.
Sorry.
Are we still getting echo?
This is
Alright,
this is awesome.
Alright, Red, we need to go back. We need to revisit last night's topic of fucking eggplants. Jesus fuck.
Bane speaks. I like that as a profile name.
Bane speaks, but doesn't say much apparently on the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, he just got here. Give him time to relax, settle in. You know?
So,
Because you're all talking over him.
hey, everyone shut up. Bane is speaking.
It took me a while to figure out how to get in here. It's my first Google Hangout, so...
Oh, pop Bane's cherry. That's
Believe
awesome.
me, I fucking hate Google Hangouts. They're awful. Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
There's always this bagel guy
Expert
that
in
talks
Skype
over
in,
everybody.
Right, Andy? Expert
Hey,
in Skype.
that wasn't even me. I was telling you guys to shut up so that Bane could speak. Bane could speak.
Plus, it's 2:30 in the morning here, so...
Shit me.
Well, we appreciate your endurance.
It's gonna
That's why I
become.
haven't done one of these yet, so...
It's gonna
Well,
become.
Bane, I'm just gonna let you know.
The Bane Can Speak podcast.
Well, Bane, I'm just gonna let you know. I love your channel. I love your videos. And why the fuck was I not in your small channels recommended? Yeah.
Well, like you fucking needed it, asshole. You're more
Yeah,
popular
seriously.
than everybody here but Spino.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
I'm
Andy,
more popular than Spino.
yeah,
I've been
yeah,
meaning to
he's-
do
he's-
another one of them. I'll try to get one done in maybe the next month.
Hooray.
Can I be in a second one?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, sure. No, it's, not even a beating one. So
I was kidding. I was kidding.
I saw that you
It's just from now on, this whole podcast is going to be a bunch of promote me, promote me, promote me.
He was kidding, but if you let him.
Notice me, Bane. Notice me. I'm here.
Senpai.
All right.
Spino is to Lauren as Bagel is to Bane.
Okay, can we please treat Bane like he's a regular person and not like a god?
Not like
Yeah, the God worship is over now.
Are you implying?
Most of us are atheists
implying?
here.
Are you implying that Bane is not a god?
No, I'm saying treat as. I'm not saying what's reality.
Yeah.
Listen, I've got my Ben pie, and he's got his Bane pie. Okay.
Bane pie, notice me.
I only actually recently started watching Bane, but in the last 2 days,
Okay, what's
Sorry.
What was that?
I was
Bagel.
holding up a bag of chips. I'm sorry.
Bagel, how can you be scolding other people?
I'm just. Hold on, give me a.
you still going?
Oh no! How unfortunate! This is totally an accident.
There we go. Sorted.
Wait,
Totally wasn't me holding up my bag right up to the mic.
Okay, I could just mute Bagel.
That works.
All right, can we get back on track and let's go back? Red, let's revisit that fucking eggplant story.
The eggplant thing? Oh, yeah. Apparently,
I got that.
eggplant emojis are too much because people are using them as a penis substitute.
oh no.
Oh no!
Now, where's the issue again?
I am going to point out that, much like my opinion of Sex is on Fire by Kings of Leon, if your penis looks like it's purple with a green head, you really need to see a doctor. If at any point that reminds you of a penis, you need to seek some counseling because that is not what a penis looks like.
No, I don't think it does. I think it might remind some of these feminists of the dildos they're using, maybe.
It reminds them of internalized misogyny. You know,
Yeah. Internalize them.
What if, guys, think about this. What if all those eggplant emojis aren't being used as penises, and what if they actually are being used as eggplants, and everyone's just looking into it too much? Hey, girl, you should go ahead and suck my eggplant. What if they actually do mean eggplants?
Well,
It's on like vegetarian forums, vegan
Are
forums.
you suggesting that a cigar is sometimes just a cigar? You are clearly not very American.
Freud was German.
Yes, but Bill Clinton was American.
Well,
Can I please read out?
And she kept the dress.
I want to read out the first line from this thing. The harmless purple eggplant emoji is being used as a symbol of sexual power and degradation, whatever. That is the most pathetic fuck.
How can an emoji be powerful in any form?
Well, if you're Milo Yiannopoulos, it might be, if it's a dark purple, it might be dark enough to remind you of the men you most appreciate.
Well, this tells me they need to have a vagina emoji.
Yeah, why not?
That's what the
vagina,
peach is for.
a penis one.
That's
Yeah,
what the
it'd be
peach is
great.
for.
They have cats.
The peach is supposed to be representative of the cleft of the pubis mons.
Okay.
Did I just lose everybody by using pubis mons?
I think we're reading way too far into produce here.
Yeah, these are fucking emojis.
Marky, do you know the name of there was an artist who used to draw nothing but peaches, and it was meant to represent vaginas. Do you remember the name of it?
No.
Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it, but I nobody ever told me the name.
There's also a surprising amount of flowers that look like vaginas.
Apples are, lilies, among others.
Wasn't that Rachel from Honey Badger Brigade who talked about how her sister used to draw vaginal flowers?
Oh god.
That does not surprise me.
I'm not making this up. She actually told that story on air. She said that her
Apples
sister
are representative of backsides.
Well, I mean, at this point, we've got to we're getting to the point where essentially these hand clutching feminists are basically waging a war on innuendo.
They're
They
waging a
run
war.
out of actual issues, so they're just making shit up.
Yeah, it's why I actually believe there's no such thing as a sex positive feminist.
What? No. No.
Well, they're out there, but they're only ever positive about female sexuality.
That's correct.
Like
The
Lacey
ones-
Green.
The ones I've seen, are generally not particularly strong on their feminism. They just take the label because it's just like, because
that's
it's a
an
good thing.
That's an
think
excuse to demonize male sexuality, is what it is.
I've been very, very unlucky. Seeing as I'm quite a small child, every feminist I've ever met has been a Tumblr feminist. They are just the worst people.
Well, those are
The feminists, the feminists that I don't mind are the ones where they are feminists
The
in
coffee
name
shop
only.
feminists.
Yeah, they really don't know much about feminism. They don't go with the communities often. They just sort of are feminist in name only.
Well, a lot of women take on the label just because they think that that's a good thing. It's like,
Well,
I want
they
to
think
be
they
on the right
should
side of
because
history.
they're
I
women.
want to be
Well,
a good person.
They think that since they're women, they need to.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably more of the reason. They're like, oh, feminist, I'm a female, so they're all for me.
The feminists I've been exposed to, that's probably the right phrase, at one point they were talking about straight pride parades, and they were talking about, it's just a thing by sexist. Well, I don't like straight. Well, I don't see the point of straight pride parades. But they say it's pretty much just like the men's rights movement.
Yeah, men already have their sexuality celebrated everywhere.
I have a feeling
a specific event.
I have a feeling straight pride is just a bunch of religious people.
No. I'm not defending straight pride, but they just it's just a back action by fucking homophobes. Like the men's rights movement is a back action by fucking misogynists.
Oh yeah, I really hate that because
fuck them.
Yeah, it's just an attempt to misrepresent.
Yeah, because it's really silly. It's because like going against circumcision, like all circumcision, I didn't ever see that as like a sort of Christian conservative kind of thing. Last time I checked, it was the Christian conservatives that made circumcision popular in America.
When I looked at her to try to say something, she just kind of screamed at me. So that's
happened to me so many times.
Yeah, the thing about like circumcision is just how it's been like so normalized. Like people don't even think like this isn't a good thing. It's just been made so normal that it just continues to happen regardless of whether there's a need for it.
Everything you say about male circumcision, they've said about female circumcision, and people have been really pissed off about it.
Yeah. Let's remember for a moment.
Really care about this.
Let's remember for a moment that most sex-negative feminists are also politically lesbian, so they are choosing to actively focus on the sexuality of women. They're fetishizing the sexuality of women, which is actually something that they're telling men not to do. So let's just remember that so many layers of modern feminism, and it's not all of them. It's just there's the pockets of them. They all have their own unique individual hypocrisies. Some of them just manage to hit the fallacy scorecard more often.
One of the most stupid things I'd seen was I think it was a politician. It was from one of Bane's videos where she goes, if it was people cutting off parts of men's penises, this would be stopped by now. And she was talking about female genital mutilation. And she was like,
oh my god!
Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey Bane, I have a question. You ever do a video on? You ever watch a video and do your own video on it, and ever think, is this person just a troll? Do you have like a? This person's just trying to get like riled up.
Do you remember Gothmoth from?
Oh yes, Gothmoth. Yeah.
Late 20s propaganda of toxic feminism, 28 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell whether she's a troll or not.
Manchies is my example.
No,
she's not a
she's
troll.
I know, that's the thing about Manchies, that I know that she's completely serious, but it's so everything she says is just like shit literally pouring out of her mouth.
Yeah, she's had a long history on YouTube.
Yeah. I think it's actually her sort of malice that you can tell she's legit. She wouldn't be that nasty if she were just like poking fun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put an image to Manchies. Is that just like male ejaculate that's been buttered and turned to cheese?
It's a schmegma.
It's a mouse.
Get
This
this,
podcast needs to be
Manchis
learned.
claims to be a part of a high intellectual society. I really just don't believe her.
I've
So do
actually
a lot of
never
people on the
seen
internet.
any of Manchis' videos, unless I've seen him in response
Uh,
videos.
I tried to watch them. They're just
You're
dull.
probably privileged that you haven't.
She used to make
Probably.
videos under the name of Sale Polani.
She's got like 4 accounts.
Yeah, and before
That's
that it was
probably why.
Diana Boston, and she's
Yeah.
deleted most of her videos now. So
Yeah,
That's
and
probably
she blocked
why.
me on Twitter as well. Yay.
Yeah, she was like, you MRAs are such cowards refusing to accept debate, and I'm like, okay, go ahead. Add me on Skype. This is my Skype. Come on the show, debate me.
Let's
she
do
blocks
this.
me. She blocks me.
I'm amazed she didn't. Like post your Skype on some sort of forum of psychotic feminists, and then you didn't.
Yeah,
get told.
You know
I'm.
what?
No,
That's
no,
the
she's
reason why
not
I'm
much
kinda
different to
worried.
Manhood Academy then. She's not much different to Manhood Academy. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you don't want to debate me. You don't want to debate me. You don't want to debate me. And then just like as soon as you accept the challenge, they're just like, oh, you're still not trying to debate me.
I'm kind of upset with Manhood Academy. They kind of threw me for a loop for a couple of videos. I saw a couple of their videos. I was like, that's not too bad. But
You're
then
a chicken.
And then I just saw him go like full like, not debating. I don't know what they call that. That's definitely not debating.
Master
just-
debating?
Fighting?
Yeah, they kind
Jakey.
of just flop their dicks around and go, mine's bigger, see? But they don't actually do
Yeah,
anything.
that's
So
what
a dick measuring contest. You're talking about a dick measuring contest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but instead of dicks, it's just how much you can shout and
Part
the,
of me
the
doesn't
different amount
know
of cuss
actually
words you
how.
can use.
See, I still want to have a debate with a feminist where I sit down and I say, all right, so we're going to talk about oppression and the misogyny of my actions. Can you quantify that? Like, how many units of oppression am I inflicting on you simply by existing and not agreeing with you?
42. 42.
It's always 42.
Always
It has to
42.
be.
Or 7, depending.
42 seems a bit low. I'd say 78.
I would say over 9,000.
Well, I pissed off a Christian feminist one time by saying this. If it was so painful for women to give birth, like it's literally like every woman that's ever existed has given birth. If it was such a big hassle, they wouldn't. They
would at some point have taught their daughters not to do it.
Yeah, when they got epidurals. Like
Mark, someone's gonna take that quote and be like, Marking Bad clearly doesn't understand pregnancy.
Well, to be honest, I don't ever really plan to.
Yeah.
But
I just saw the funny thing.
I'm just saying the risk and reward seems to outweigh each other. You know, it could be really painful, but you get a baby.
Yeah, you
You
get
know.
a baby.
So what's the point of bitching about it?
Maybe.
Red, shall we talk about the expansion of authoritarian leftists into the vegan community now?
Oh god. No, I got a better one. No,
No, I'm a
hymen, no
vegetarian.
diamond. No hymen, no diamond. It's brilliant. It is
Someone
brilliant.
mentioned it. Religious feminists and femconservatives are the biggest jokes of individuals.
Them conservatives?
Like-
Yeah, I'm still wondering who you're referring to when you say
Uh,
fems.
Femconservatives would be
Like
specifically
Sarah
Sarah Palin, Sarah Palin's the most famous example. Michelle Bachmann is kind
No,
of a
they're
femconservative.
just religious whack jobs.
Yeah, but they're conservative and they're feminists.
Andy, turn off the shit in the background.
Dude, Andy, you need to like prepare better, buddy.
I really do. I really
He's
do.
just a kid. Give him a break.
I really don't
Hey, that is
know
not an
shit.
excuse.
I really
Spino
don't
says that's
give
not
a
an
shit
excuse.
about the
It's not an
quality.
excuse.
Alright, but the people that I mean is that these people are probably the dumbest of the dumb. I mean, Sarah Palin and Michelle Bachmann, those names, even 99% of conservative people.
What's the British one again? I can't remember her name. Theresa May. Theresa May. Oh god, she's horrible.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was that one girl's name where she's like the one where it's like, my job is a feminist statement? That one?
Oh, I
Your
don't
cock
know.
is a feminist statement.
Is that the one
my
that said
hijab is a
everything's
feminist
rape?
statement. No, my
I think
hijab
that's
is a.
the same one.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
The Indian chick?
I can't stand Muslim feminists, Christian feminists, just religious feminists in general, are just even dumber than regular feminists.
I'm gonna
There's
quote that
Muslim
one.
feminists?
Andy
I'm
hates it
gonna-
when they cross their ideologies.
I'm gonna quote mine you and
Yeah.
just say.
No,
I
I
can't.
did actually
stand
see this. It was actually hilarious. Because Bane might have seen this one. A lot of you might not have been here back then. But I did a video called Jesus Feminism. about the Jesus feminists.
Oh God, please.
I
Guys, let me put it this way. My sister is one of those, so.
Oh. Bane was about to say something. So what was that?
Feminism is very parasitic.
Yeah, it is. It's sort of like it co-opts everything.
Well, I think they do that to remain relevant, you know.
Yeah, what isn't a feminist?
That's the whole point of the trying to latch onto things like the video game industry, and that's the whole point of how they to some extent keep trying to take over Hollywood and so on. Basically, they want to everything is about feminism because everything is problematic, but also because these are the areas where they can then set the tone and influence how people think. The whole purpose is to basically burn out free thought. So the only exposure you have is the thoughts that are approved by them, and so dangerous ideas never grow.
I can't believe the whole feminist idea is based on like Marxist communication theory, which is basically the idea that if you want to change society, there's only two ways to do it. You either control the means of production, so you're in charge of all the businesses, or you go from the other direction, you control culture. And they're going that direction. They're trying to control all the means of culture and try to influence society that way. It's fucking scary as hell.
If anything, feminism and why the culture is. Because it's been so easily just manipulated into being whatever like the common thought of the day is. It's like culture is shit these days. Like whether people want to admit that or not, but the culture's dead. You know, everybody's like plugged into their little iPhone.
I would question whether these days is sort of required.
Hey, I think we've got a great example of excellent culture right here in this hangout.
Yeah, but I'm here.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, let's boot Ramble and get Benny in here.
Yeah, I think
Lauren's online. Funday is like a breakfast buffet. First come, first serve, unless you're Bane.
Let's face facts. In this hangout right now, we have members of most of the Commonwealth or Commonwealth-originated countries.
That is true. We are under the oppressive regime of an old lady.
Yeah.
Oh God, the Western world is represented here, except for Europe.
No, that's not. I'm not continental Europe.
Well, I was talking about continental Europe.
The sheep Europe.
You know what? Everyone always forgets about South American feminists. They're like the worst.
Really?
Oh yeah, like Brazil.
Oh, I don't know. Feminist French.
You remember that one picture of that guy who like pulled out his penis in front of a bunch of them, and they have like all the women screaming at him?
Yeah,
Wait, This is from the same general area where the thong bikini was invented.
Wait. Okay, Bagel, explain this to us. What's so bad about South American feminists? I've never heard of them.
The Brazilian.
Wait, guys.
It's
very specifically Argentine and Brazilian and Chilean feminists.
Okay.
The rest of South America doesn't really have a big feminist presence.
Okay.
But I mean, Argentina is already kind of infamous in its own right for always protesting something and always protesting it in an over elaborate and unnecessary fashion. And they do that with feminism, and they fall very much into that whole men are committing violence against women as like a group. Men are committing violence against women. They tend to believe that. They talk about how misogynistic South American and Hispanic cultures are. They are rather self-hating, actually.
Bane, what are the feminists in Australia like?
Politically empowered?
Not great. Pretty much the same as the rest of the Western world. So,
did you read that article about Facebook bullying by unfriending coworkers?
I saw Monday and Matt do a story on it just before. So,
turn off that pesky ad block.
I don't know why people give Monday Matt such a hard time, though.
No, I just like it because I think it's a catchy phrase. Turn off that pesky ad block. Turn off that.
Well, I think some people just give him a hard time because the internet aristocrat doesn't like him, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the fanboy following thing.
Yeah, he's got a huge cult-like following, so whatever he says goes.
I know that I'm going to get some hate for this, but I agree with Mundane Matt in that I hate ad block. I mean, it's really killing someone's livelihood because you can't stand the inconvenience of a 15-second long ad.
I'm actually glad that there are now fake ad blocks that are running around and giving people more ads.
I've never
just that people refuse to download them.
I've never used an ad block on a YouTube video.
Yeah, I don't use ad block either. That just seems like a shithead thing to do. Somebody's gonna put in time to create content, and you're gonna strangle off their way of actually monetizing it. That's just stupid.
Well, which is why I'm not big into Chrome removing plugins, but I do think that Chrome should remove ad block simply because it is killing any chance of e-commerce actually being a viable option for people to live.
I'm going to give an alternative perspective to this because I use AdBlock happily, so you can hate me for it if you want.
Thank you.
But I think the future of e-commerce and people making money off their content is stuff like Patreon, direct donation for what people like. People shouldn't be forced to provide you with money just before they even get a chance to watch your content.
Well,
and every time they watch your content, they've got to waste their time, which is for some people very valuable.
That's a good point, but like technically it's not taking their money. It's just like the 15 seconds to watch the ad. And I mean, I'm sorry, but 15 seconds of your life is not that valuable.
Yeah,
if I can add an alternative, I really like how some of the content providers, they actually put the ads in their videos. Like they actually make their own segments. Like
I watch those.
But then if they do that, and I think those are amazing. Then you're a sellout, you know.
Yeah. Well, if you have ads, you're a sellout. So
CinemaSins did that, and I watch all his ads that he does for Ramble and all that.
Patreon,
amazing atheist does it.
It's just.
If I may, one other thing that I'll with positive, I'll say that sing the theoretical virtues of adblock, because the other reason why adblock can be useful, it can be a very unobtrusive form of boycott. Let's say there are content creators that I need to check because I want to know what they're up to, but I don't want to feed their kitty, as it were. So basically, whitelisting the people.
Right, whitelisting is important.
Exactly, whitelisting is important. So there is a middle ground, I think. That's why adblock can be very useful and in a way positive, so that you can keep up with things that you don't agree with, but you don't have to fund them.
I don't even monetize because I don't want your guys' dirty fucking shekels. So.
Well, it's not. You're actually getting the dirty shekels of advertising companies.
So another factor for me is personally I am opposed to advertising as an industry. So like I try to avoid ads in all forms because I think of it as basically a form of propaganda, and I don't want that in my brain.
Okay.
Now, I've never personally been affected by them, so...
I mean, it makes sense.
Everyone's affected by it. If I started singing a popular jingle, and everyone was singing along.
I personally see ads as a viable... I personally see ads as a viable tool for the free market.
Yeah.
I personally...
I don't think I've ever found myself swayed or brainwashed by an ad. More often than not, to me it's stupid, and I'm like, okay, I'm not buying this.
Well, the
and then it's actually a great way to notify people of coming out.
I've never been ads are one thing. An ad. I've seen an ad for like something I like, and oh, I didn't know that was out, and then you go buy it. So I don't think it's propaganda.
I will say this.
I'm in the process.
I will say this. I hate political ads
for this podcast series or this channel.
I will say that I hate political ads.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, except for Machine Gun Bacon. I do like Machine Gun Bacon. That Ted Cruz one.
Well, if you want to go by propaganda, it's...
Even though it was a semi-automatic rifle, but...
Yeah, it wasn't even a fucking machine gun.
The actual definition of propaganda is specifically political cause or to change your point of view.
So propaganda is not probably the wrong word, but basically the entire purpose of ads is to get you to buy something that you wouldn't otherwise want. That's the whole. That's the whole point.
You might not know that you want it if you don't get a chance to see it.
Yeah,
I understand that.
There have been plenty of services that I use now that I love, and I only found out about them because of advertisements.
I think we could talk about this for a long time, though.
Videos.
Mark wants to get back to
getting back to consent.
We can talk about that another time.
So how's about them feminists?
So I mean,
the
reason I'm bringing it back up is because California and New York both have yes means yes affirmative consent.
It was New York. It was New York.
Yes.
And fuck, I did learn it from a Canadian in the end.
Yeah, so I mean, I hate to be that entitled northern shitlord, but apparently I know more about American politics than most feminists. I also know more about feminist theory than most feminists. But it's already come out that there are judges in the U.S., like middle court judges, that consider the affirmative consent laws to be, at a minimum, bordering on unconstitutional, because of the way they're worded. The protections afforded to the women covered under those laws are not afforded to men, so that there is actual sexual discrimination there. One of the primary things, which is the second link there from, is the first link, is one of Jessica Valenti's fabulous fucking pieces, is that if a woman chooses to have a single drink, she gives up all right to informed consent, which is an infantilization under these laws. But men are not afforded that same protection. A man is still considered to be legally responsible for himself, no matter how intoxicated he is. So not only are men not eligible to be raped under these new laws, it's a further barrier to recognizing male victims of rape, but it's also broadening the case for female victims of rape to claim it. Because they say, oh, well, I had 3 drinks and I went home with him, and he had 4, so technically he was more intoxicated, but because of the way the law is worded, I'm the only one that was raped, even though he passed out and I jumped on top.
Yeah, it's something that Dr. Rand McCam said at one point. It was of course, because women's brains shut down and lose all ability to choose as soon as they smell a whiff of Pinot Grigio, but in comparison to men's far superior brains, where it doesn't matter how much crocodile is shoved main lines into their ear, they can still consent.
Well, it almost sets up a scenario where it's guilty until proven innocent.
That's exactly what it does.
It's not almost, it actually does.
Well, the affirmative consent requires the man to have the ability to prove that he had consent at all points during the interaction. So it's literally the case
of... You can't even prove that. You can't prove that.
Well, it's a burden of proof. The whole thing is impossible. I mean, it's impossible to enforce unless we're just going to outright throw all men in jail. Any kind of
unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you're a feminist and you want to have all rapes prosecuted, and you know that rape is one of those crimes that you can't always get a prosecution because there's often no evidence, the only way to achieve your goal is to make it so that an accusation is proof. And
yeah, it's an end justify the means kind of thing, isn't it?
I was about to say that. Spino, you just stole that right from my head. They think that the ends justify the means.
Yeah.
Except that the fact of the matter is if I'm not getting in her end, there's no means for me to get any of what I was after anyway.
Are you just saying you're an ass man? Is that what?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I really like those Apple emojis because they represent bums.
Okay.
I think the peach ones represent bums too, because.
What's Spino done?
Well, I don't know. He went off to stomp Tokyo probably.
That was very quick.
Well, you know how it is. You know, you just get a quick snack and then run back.
Yeah.
So, Bane, these guys are pretty much all your kids in a sense.
Daddy!
Can I borrow the car? I have $20.
Yeah, we refer to you as.
You're not there for me.
Why do you never visit, Bane?
I refer to you as
visiting. Let him talk.
Yeah. Our great podfather.
Yep. You art in Kool-Aid. Hollow be his skull.
Here's a question, Bane, though. Why now? Why now is that? Did you choose to show your voice?
Oh, I've been meaning to do podcasts for a while, but I've just been too busy. So now that I've caught up on stuff, here I am.
Wait, this is the first podcast. We have the honor of being the first podcast Bane has ever
Well, I
been.
kind of promised you guys. So
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's true. I told Sargon we had dibs.
Yeah, but get on that one with Sargon.
Get on that level, Sargon. Get on that level.
I get requests all the time, mostly from people I've never heard of, but random times during the day I get requests.
Well, you know what, Bane? I've seen you comment on my videos, so I know that you've heard of me, at least.
Yeah, I know who you are.
I feel so important.
I would like to see like a proper Commonwealth podcast where it's Sargon and say Lauren Southern or myself or Karen.
Look at you including.
I knew he was going to put himself in there.
Shut up. And get the actual. Hey, I put in 2 much better known people from Canada. I mean, I would even say Evan Delshaw would be a good option.
You said so wait, you're choosing a British guy, yeah, and you chose
Bane.
Sargon instead of me.
And me. Excuse, I am in fact English.
I can kind of sound British, I guess.
No, that was all. No. That's not Australian.
Stick with American.
Yeah, you wouldn't fit a right-wing taco from Florida in there. Come on.
That English.
Hey, would you guys be willing to include Mexicans, man? Would you be including us Mexicans, I say?
Yeah, man.
Go back to Mexico.
My name is Jose
Rodriguez. I'm sure one of them has a lawn you can mow or something.
Oh, God.
Well, that's what I do.
No comprendo, essay.
Hey, I have a lawn on the satellite of Unrequited Love. I bought it at a yard sale and did a little conversion and turned it into a lawn.
So like AstroTurf or something?
We don't like you white boys on this side of the prison yard. Say go over there to them negros, say. Yeah, they're negros.
Okay, this is.
But Bane.
Yep.
I need you to plug the B list on when you talk to Sargon. Say, oh, these. Just feel free to call us a bunch of assholes and follow you around.
We're riding your coattails.
So we're looking for a secondary plug from Sargon, sort of.
Yeah. Come talk to me all the time. I did a podcast with them.
Mark's got a secondary plug on InfoWars.
That was entirely accidental.
It was entirely accidental. But
Well, you actually got a plug on InfoWars?
Well,
not directly.
Okay,
So,
Guys, my Christian feminist sister wants to talk to the podcast of atheist anti-feminists.
Yes, do it.
No, I don't.
I will respect your right to your own personal rights, but I'm not going to agree with you.
I respect your right to be wrong.
I think he was joking.
All right, so allow me to explain what happened with the whole InfoWars thing. So apparently, somebody from InfoWars took a screen grab of Lauren's page.
No, Lauren did. Lauren put a screen cap.
Okay, Lauren took the screen cap then. Okay, I wasn't sure who took the screen cap, but the screen cap happens to have included her having subbed to me like in the last 2 hours. So I've listed at the bottom of this screen cap just entirely accidentally, and that's what they put in the video. Like, sure, I'll take it.
And the only reason you know that because I was watching it.
I will ride her coattails to wherever, as long as I can like roll off into the ditch safely at some point.
He just wants to look at the backside of her coattails.
Oh, jeez.
We've already established he likes apples. So.
Yeah.
Apple bottom girls.
That was bad.
This is
Bad
just
joke.
wrong.
We're all going to hell, but that's okay. Lauren likes us this way. She's laughed at this stuff quite a lot, so I'm sure she's not only not offended, she's probably quite amused.
Did any of you guys look at the Gawker article I posted?
Because I just lagged out, so I've actually lost all the chat.
Oh.
Oh.
I prefer not to look at anything that Gawker wrote.
Yeah, that's
Confessions of a horse fucker. That's one of they wrote that.
What? Wait, which magazine was it where it's like, I'm a pedophile and that's okay? Yeah, I'm gonna get quote mined for that. Oh, that's such a salon thing to write too.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna quote.
Well, didn't Scratch do like I saw like hour-long episode about it?
Oh God, why I didn't get it down?
About what now? The pedophile thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Mundane Matt put out a video a couple of days talking about how certain YouTube videos were having monetization removed from them based on like words that were in the title. So I took a look at my video manager section, and that pedophile video actually has monetization removed with no reason behind it. So Yeah, and
Yeah,
also two others.
Yeah, the way people are getting around it is by using stars.
Yeah,
It's by
I
using
did
words.
I did Tumblr on rape culture, and a response to that My Family Raped Me video, and both of those also are missing monetization. And I think it's just because problematic language in the title.
Well, I'm lucky I use sort of random words then.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to come up with a way around it. I mean, Matt said his thing was the star, so maybe we could do that.
I tend to name my videos after after sort of like the cognitive biases that they tend to have. So sort of like
Spino always has good titles. Well, I just come up with some shit.
Wait, I
I
need to check to make sure. I just need to make sure that they didn't unmonetize my video. When a young boy is raped, call it what it is. Okay.
So I reported it to the Google, like the help thing. I don't know if it'll fix it or anything. Probably not.
Probably not. Now that they have to consider fair use first, so they might have fucked up big time.
Given that Zoe Quinn and Randy Harper are working for Google Ideas now.
Yeah, we're pretty much true. But so I think it would be amazing if somebody would, provide an alternative to YouTube.
Well, at the moment we've got Dailymotion. That seems to be the secondy one. Maybe Vimeo. But they're nothing compared to YouTube in terms of.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can post your videos there all you want. It's just no one's going to watch them.
Right.
Not compared to YouTube. So
the ironic thing is that Google Ideas is filled with the most empty-headed people I've ever met.
Yeah, air quote ideas,
Well, no, I think they have lots of ideas. They're all just awful ideas.
Yeah.
You can't say that. That's cyber violence, goddammit.
You get the arrogance to name it Google Ideas. I mean, this is the thought police, for fuck's sake. Oh no! I'm sorry.
Google Ideas, where ideas go to die.
Fuck.
It is literally the Ministry of Love here.
It is. It's the
exactly.
Ministry of Love.
That's
but
that's the problem. Is
brother.
Some of these people read Harrison Bergeron and read 1984 and thought that they were guidebooks. Okay, we are dealing with people who not only don't understand the correct meaning of the word irony or hypocrisy, but also legitimately believe that doublethink and doublespeak and newspeak are appropriate and useful communication tools. We are dealing with authoritarians rather than in social justice.
This gets back to the
think about why Orwell wrote that book. Think about this. Why did Orwell write that book?
It was intended as a warning.
It was intended as a warning for these exact people. He wasn't wrong.
No.
Wasn't Orwell living in fascist Spain at the time?
I don't remember.
I think he was a reporter working in fascist Spain, so he was seeing this shit happen. And that's why he wrote it.
Well, it was just a warning against authoritarianism in general, not from a specific source.
No, but that was the inspiration.
I'm about to be invaded by patriarchy.
Your cat.
Isn't it funny how the people who are wrong always tend to be just always tend to have nasty tactics as well?
The cat's prettier than I am.
Yes,
that's for sure.
Well,
a lot of people.
Well, when people who are wrong don't have nasty tactics, we don't really notice them.
That's true.
I mean,
that's the only way they can get noticed.
Yeah, the flat earthers, there's not, or the young earthers, let's face it, we hear about them mostly because we make fun of them. They really don't have a lot of, what the Jesus Christ, Mark.
I have a flat earther, guys. I have a flat earther subscribed to me. I really have no idea what I should say about that.
Did cat consent to you putting it onto the internet? No, it didn't. Rape. He raped a cat.
Cat rapist.
Look how
wait a second. Isn't that okay according to Gawker?
It's okay. No, it's okay according to Randy Lee Harper, who dyed her dog blue.
Was that Randy Lee Harper?
That was Randy Lee Harper that dyed her dog blue.
In all fairness, my neighbor dyes the tip of his dog's tail blue. But are you talking about the whole thing?
Like the whole dog, the whole
shebang,
the whole golden retriever.
Okay, so they put the golden retriever in a bucket of dye, and now it's not golden. Now it's a blue retriever.
Yeah, it was pretty much Zoe Quinn blue.
Yeah, oh my God. Monday Matt did a story on some fucking Tumblrina that dyed a kitten purple. but she used actual normal purple dye, and it just killed
it. And it killed the cat tried to clean itself, and it was poisoned by the dye.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, isn't that dye toxic?
Well, I know most people use like Kool-Aid or Kool-Aid.
Well, that's the thing is that if you use actual Kool-Aid to dye your hair, it's not toxic. You could theoretically dye a dog with Kool-Aid, and it would not.
Does this mean?
Oh yeah. I still question the mental competence of people who dye their pet.
Well, hold on a second. Kool-Aid dyeing, Bane. Are the rumors true that Big Red dunked her head in you?
Oh.
Is that how she got that vibrant red? That's poison?
You know, I've actually never drank real Kool-Aid.
Oh, really?
What?
It's an American thing. It's an American thing.
That's why he remains unindoctrinated.
It's an African-American thing.
I'd actually pay to send him some Kool-Aid.
That actually makes sense, oddly enough, though.
He's never drank the Kool-Aid, of course.
I just got, Darren Conrad, he just requested I do a video, and it's from Gnome Lord Zero. Do you remember that guy, Bane?
Oh, God. Oh, Bane has a history with him.
I don't even know who that guy is, and I can already tell.
No.
Now, can I just, Bane,
Wait. Can somebody explain to me who the fuck this is? Everybody else goes, oh, no.
I'll send you a link to the video, if you could make it all the way through.
I made it all the way through, and I was ready to like slit my wrists.
Yeah, that was a rough one to sit through.
Now, Bane, let me be clear. As a Canadian, I am very sorry for Anita Sarkeesian, for Stephanie Guthrie, for Big Red, and for Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
How about Bryan Adams?
How about Celine Dion?
Celine Dion, I'll accept responsibility for. Bryan Adams has a couple of good songs.
I'll apologize for Bryan Adams.
Oh my God.
I will apologize for Emma Watson then.
I apologize.
You also have to apologize for Bahar Mustafa, you shitlord.
Oh yeah, I do. But I
won't. Bahar, I'm a Turkish Cypriot, and I'm also
oppressed.
Yeah.
People.
I'm a Turkish Cypriot, and I'm also oppressed.
Listen,
yeah, but you look like a white guy, so it doesn't count.
Do any of you play Mass Effect 3, please, or any Mass Effect games?
I have
the first two.
Yeah. All right. You know that Gnome Lord? He made a video called "Are the Asari Sexist?"
Oh God!
An entire race.
It's an hour-long video.
He made an hour-long video on
Those are the blue girls, right?
It's like actually there was a communist YouTuber on it's called Jason Unruhe or something like that. And he did a series. He did like a series discussing the economics of Fallout games from a Marxist perspective.
Okay.
Is that
here's the thing about video games. Here's the thing about video games that people need to understand. They're not real. They don't matter.
But I totally thought that the fat mechanic girl from Borderlands was a totally acceptable body type because I've been exposed to Tumblr.
Oh my God! I think I forgot all about her when I was looking for an icon for Maintenance Girl for my cunt video. I think the real Maintenance Girl would have killed me if I'd used that one.
Did you at least use Moxie?
What I used was a picture of Rosie the Riveter eating a sandwich.
Tiny Tina.
Because I figured that was extra.
Maybe the girl is Tiny Tina.
You know the thing about Rosie the Riveter and why I think Rosie wouldn't be a feminist is because Rosie worked in a dangerous job and got shit done.
Yeah. There's a reason.
She wasn't a do-nothing bitch, basically.
It's something with why I hate it that feminists seem to appropriate, irony, Mulan. You know what? Mulan wasn't a feminist. You know why? Because she fucking put herself in harm's way to protect her dad. When was the last time you saw a feminist join the army so that a man wouldn't have to?
Well, you know, most women didn't want to vote, so they wouldn't be drafted.
Yeah, no, it's like they say, oh, Ellen Ripley, she was a feminist character. Yeah, because Ellen Ripley really needed trigger warnings.
Yeah. The only trigger warning involved was when she spun to blow or load through something.
Well, here's the thing about Ellen Ripley.
Really, Mark, you had to word it like that. Blow
Absolutely
a load.
Did.
Well, here's the thing about Ellen Ripley that I enjoy that I think feminists miss very deeply when they try to do feminist characters in movies. Ellen Ripley's character and everything she does in that movie has nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman. You could have replaced her with Evan Ripley, and everything would have been pretty much the same. It wouldn't have been the same character, but the events would have played out the same. And the same with almost any of the other characters in that movie. You could have swapped their genders, and it would have mattered not shit.
With the exception of the with the exception of the bit where the mothering instincts play a role in is it 3 where she's
that's 2.
But it could have been fathering instincts.
It could have been fathering instincts. I mean, it would have been a bit of a
what movie was
I
it?
honestly hate that.
Guys, I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. I think it Legion. That's what it was. Where it's that you had the guy where he was he really cared about children. I mean, that sounds creepy.
Pedophile.
The mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they eventually got him because they showed like a kid being beaten and he rushed out to try and help and then they dragged him away.
Yeah.
But like that, it was the same thing. It was just his fatherly instincts kicking.
That was a pretty bad movie, though.
Well, that's one thing I hate.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that movie.
You know, that movie wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be real. 7 or 8 out of 10. You know? Nothing bad.
It was decent.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5.
And Spino, you also have to apologize for Julie Bindle.
Yeah, okay. Okay. But then again, I still have Dr. Random McCam and me
and Sargon.
Well, I want to say one thing.
Who's the one chick from the Oxford Union video?
No, actually, no. Kate, I have a little story
about. You have to apologize.
Because she didn't completely believe what she said in that. She was arguing she was
actually attempting to debate from the devil's advocate position.
Partially devil's advocate.
Is that the case? I mean, I don't really know.
Basically,
she was given a point of view she had to argue from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it is Oxford debate, so.
Oh, I'm
not going.
That's how debating goes.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm only kind of half listening because I'm kind of fascinated by this Gnome Lord guy. He spent 3 hours on Bane. I kind of want to watch it all.
Does this guy have a job or something?
I don't know.
He's probably like most people that do this kind of crap and doesn't have a job.
He's more obsessed with Bane than we are.
Yeah, he
I watched.
He does nothing but fight strawmen. That's all he does.
He is.
He'll never address an actual argument that you've made.
He's Don Quixote on YouTube. He is tilting at windmills, and the scariest part is like the one video that I watched was him defending himself against a charge of pseudo-intellectualism, and I'm like, you just spent an entire video justifying the charge in your attempt.
What I want to know is how many subscribers. How many subscribers does this guy have?
I don't think he has any.
Pippin, does he have any?
Let me look.
I thought he had 50 or something.
Probably he just hides his number.
I was about to say he doesn't even have any like hate subscribers or anything.
Yeah, normally, like even Kevin Logan on my debate video, even a lot of his subscribers like Kevin, you made an ass of yourself.
I'm sorry. It might have been a fuck up. It was 72 subscribers.
Oh,
yeah,
he's a big deal. He's a big deal.
You know what sucked though? I'm actually kind of sad though because I thought Bewildered Ape was gone and he just like disappeared and he'd been like out of my life.
Still around.
He just commented on my Jenny McDermott video. I mean, for fuck's sake.
Saying what?
Go away.
Just like ignore him.
Who's LPS Cutie AJ?
No, and I'm
video by the way, Spino.
Huh?
There was a great video by the way, Spino.
Yeah, apparently it got the attention of Dr. Random McCam and Alison Tiemann, so it must have been a good video.
I just got a pentakill,
okay, so the thing with Bewildered Ape is he's a satire account, right? So if he's pretending to be an SJW, wouldn't it makes me think that he's actually not an SJW and he's just acting like one.
I've actually got more subscribers than Bewildered. This is so weird. All these people have been featured in so many like Sargon videos and shit like that, and then I go back to them and I'm actually more popular.
Yeah, that was actually really weird when I started seeing that as well. Happened to me.
Yeah, Zenistrad. I've got more than Zenistrad as well, and that's weird because he's not as mental as the other ones.
Yeah,
well, he's actually good friends with Gnome Turd Zero, so.
Yeah, he's friends with Gnome Turd, but he seems to be he seems to be the most sane out of all of them.
Yeah, I subscribe to Zenistrad. I'm actually currently having a debate with him.
Heck.
Do you guys remember what's his?
Oh, I heard him mention you in a video at one point.
No, what's
Me?
his name? Hannibal the Victor.
Oh God.
God.
Oh, the guy that has a Sargon boner?
No, that's Kevin Logan who has a Sargon boner. This is a guy with a Thunderfoot boner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hannibal the Vic. Oh, and just him and Kevin Logan. They're the ones that made the history videos that Sargon absolutely obliterated. And they never address it. And in the podcast with Sargon and Kevin, they never addressed the fact that Kevin got absolutely decimated when it came.
The other thing
wanted
that,
Sargon to rub it in.
I did forget to mention this because it was a point that you made, Bane. It was that Kevin was like bashing Sargon for not doing a video about Aureni and exposing and apologizing for like trusting him. But then with the whole man cheese thing and the edited clips, he didn't do anything. It's just like
what happened?
Oh, because in his 10 worst lies about the men's rights movement, he had some clips from like Paul Elam, but they were edited by man cheese. So it didn't actually.
So he had used them.
Haven't we already gone over this though? That they have no problem with hypocrisy. You know, we did that earlier.
Guys, okay. Here's the question of the day, and this one's gonna be hard. Who is worse, man cheese or Deb?
I don't know who Deb is.
Oh, Deb!
I don't know who Deb is
God
either.
Almighty! Okay, I had a 2-day Twitter conversation with Deb Hitchens. And the only 2 links she provided was something to like ancient Assyrian law 4,000 years ago, and something from ancient Greece in a books.amazon.com link where it gave you the 1 page. It's like, do you have any modern citations? Like, do you have modern citations that demonstrate that your claim of gendercide is actually supported? And look at this, look at this. It's like this is the history of humanity. I'm like, well, that's not the history of, I don't know, the last 4,000 years if you're going by Assyrian law.
She's like a freaking conspiracy theorist or something. She's convinced that men have wiped out women.
Yeah, except she's on the internet arguing as a woman with a man. Like, just put your tinfoil hat back on, dear. Because
if we were really in an organized fashion trying to wipe out women, shouldn't she be hidden up in an attic trying to avoid the male Gestapos going around rounding you up? Wait a second.
Nazis.
Stop it, Andy. We ask the questions. We are the Gestapo.
You do that well,
Chavez.
Yeah. All right, so we know what Mark is good for. We gotta wait for the patriarchy to win, and then he can.
The patriarchy's already won.
You know he's hiding a swastika tattoo in there somewhere.
No. The tattoo that covers all of my back does not have a swastika anywhere in it.
Yeah.
That you know of.
That you know.
I've looked at the picture a number of times. It's kind of an exciting picture.
There actually is a swastika, but it's like a Jainist swastika.
So I threw up a link for the organization, the nonprofit organization that runs all of the women's shelters in the province I live in Alberta, and that is the power and control wheel that they use.
Oh, did you see the one where
I've seen this.
Tried to use that power and control wheel on like Felfop in like an attempt to sort of pseudo accuse him?
Yeah, but
you know where I've seen this? I got arrested.
It's a loot bottle.
I got arrested
isn't
years
funny,
ago,
though?
and they pulled this bullshit on me and made me sit through this crap.
No, but
using male
privilege. I
privilege.
have noticed.
Yeah.
Though, a very strange thing. A lot of the sort of female feminists within that social justice community have become more toxic over time. Like Jenny McDermott, I can remember seeing her do a video like MRAs and feminists unite, and she was like, oh yeah, MRAs think that this hurt men, and feminists think this and this hurt women. So why don't we just work together and deal with issues? And I thought she seems naive, but okay, fair enough. I don't agree with the position, but at least she's got like a positive outlook. Then now she's just like
MRAs and MGTOWs are the same thing, and they all just want to rape and enslave women.
I don't think she's genuine. I don't think Jenny McDermott genuinely believes the things
but then Laughing
anymore.
Witch as well was the same. She used to be sort of like, oh yeah, she was the good cop to Bill Woodward Ape's bad cop, and
she called out
Arma Skeptic.
She called out Arma Skeptic for hitting on her while showing her hitting on him.
That was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, and now, what? Because Thingy she went to Sargon's like Facebook page and took all the jokes he made and was like, oh look how racist he is.
That was
and she's now like, and then she was like accusing
his Facebook page is the Rationalist, right?
No, his actual Facebook account.
This was laughing.
His Carl account.
Yeah.
All right.
To be honest, I fucking laughed at that watermelonium joke. I thought that was funny.
I thought that was brilliant.
Gentlemen, I hate to do this, but again, Bane, it's lovely. It's lovely to have you here. Normally, we have an hour and a half as our complete broadcast time. As our podfather, I will allow you, if you want to hang out some more, go ahead and let it continue because I have time this afternoon. What do you think?
It's up to you guys. I mean, it's almost 3:30 here, so I should be going to bed.
Well, that's why I asked you first, because you're the one up in the middle of the night. If you want to talk more, I'll be happy to accommodate you, but...
We have got people that obviously...
I actually have to go, so I've got to go.
Well, can I just say one thing before we end?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Lacey Green is the perfect example of people who started out okay and then got crazier.
Lacey Green?
Yeah.
Yeah, she used to be an atheist before she was a feminist.
Stop looking at my tits, but they're right here!
Well, she was on D News, right? I liked her on D News.
She was on D News, yeah.
I liked
her
D
first
News.
channel was
She should have
Go
stuck
Green
with
or
double
something
D
like
News.
that.
Didn't like the Amazing Atheist make her cry or something?
Yeah, something like that. They had some kind of feud.
Okay.
I think she should have stayed on double D News.
She used to advocate for male rape victims. Now she doesn't do that.
She also advocated at one point against male circumcision, and now she's just like, everything is problematic. Just like Anita in Australia was busy.
Everything is
racist. Everything is sexist.
There you go.
I would have thought that as soon as they say everything is problematic or everything is sexist and stuff like that, I would have thought it would just kick into their heads like, oh wait, I'm actually a psycho. But no, they just continue going on.
Well, when she said that, like the context of her saying that was actually her describing how she brainwashed herself. The process of her being brainwashed. She said, like, she talked about how she was consuming more and more feminist literature and changing the way she thought and learning to look through different lenses. And
I lost my nose.
You know what I think?
She goes and says,
I want to continue. I do want to have a decent closing, and we just lost Spino, unfortunately. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go down the list as usual in my completely unfair and arbitrary fashion. And I'd like you to do, in the spirit of having Bane here and the reason why we kind of got together in the first place, I'd like you to plug a channel that's not in the B list, and maybe somebody we've never heard of, or maybe somebody you watch and it's not related to this stuff we normally talk about, just something different. So, as usual, Minibagel, you're first.
Samaj Z, he's an artist. He's the one who made my profile picture, and he's fucking fantastic. He makes all the shirts on men's rights shirts .spreadshirt.com, and he's just amazing. YouTube.com/ his YouTube channel is Samaj Z, like SEMAJZ. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. And Bane, go ahead.
Well, it's 3:30 in the morning here, and I'm half asleep. I can't think of any channels at the moment.
That Bane guy's pretty good.
Come back to me. I'll find one.
I don't know. I heard someone say that Bane guy sucks.
That Bane guy's pretty good. Yeah. All right. Feminism is for nobody. Lay it on us.
Hello. I have. Fuck. Where is he? I'm trying to look for his actual proper. How to? There we go. All right. Omegon. He's got very, very few subscribers, but I quite like his videos. He did one video that I thought was really, really fucking funny, but his other ones, he provides commentary on things that happen, and I like him. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, you're up.
I have two. Sierra McCord, former feminist who has seen the light of day.
Channel promotion, so.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize
she's
that.
in the B list.
Okay. I think she's quite a good commenter. The other one is Undoomed. And he does response videos to feminists, and he's absolutely fantastically hilarious.
You told me to add him on Skype.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I've got him on Skype.
Oh,
Okay,
can you
positive.
give me his name? I can't find it.
Same here.
Positive. Who you got?
The guy I recommend, he's actually he's got more subscribers than me, and most of you probably heard of him, is James Desborough. I find that his commentary is usually spot on. Very, very intelligent guy. Very, very easy to listen to. Has a great voice, and he's been on the Honey Badger stream. He talks about a lot of the issues that you guys care about. So if you don't know him, check him out.
All right. And Ramble, what you got?
Well, if you're interested in learning some really good facts about Gamergate, I would say Short Fat Otaku. I think they're kind of distancing themselves from Gamergate right now because it's been like pretty hard for them. But yeah, they definitely have a lot of good points when it comes to the mostly about the Gamergate topic. And the lead guy, I think he's actually a feminist, so
Okay.
teach their own, I guess.
All right. And Scratch Point, what you got?
I guess you guys might know who he is. Zers. I think his YouTube channel is Base FZZ. I don't know. I always enjoy his content. It seems to be pretty level-headed.
Yeah, Zers is pretty fun. Taco, what you got?
Well, as he just said Zers and Mark said Undoomed, I don't really know what to say, but I don't. I have my other passion is economics, so I'm gonna go with We Are Capitalists. It's a small channel, you know.
Right.
You're supposed to say me. We worked this out beforehand.
And Scratch Point, he's just a genius out there. He's really putting out great content. You should go see it. You know, at Scratch Point. You know, YouTube him. My own channel is absolute shit. So you know, this is my main thing.
I sub to it.
Taco, we could promote each other even though we basically disagree on everything except feminism.
Well, that's what I think is interesting about the B list. We have gathered people who don't agree with each other. We don't have an echo chamber here. We occasionally get into fights, which is fantastic. I really enjoy that.
I love that. I absolutely love it.
It does. It makes it a much more interesting group for that. And of course, I'm your host, the Red Robot. I will recommend, as the shitlord that I am, 2 channels that are completely unrelated to the topics we normally talk about. One is Cult Moo. It's a food channel, and those guys are really fucking funny. So I would go watch Cult Moo anytime. Also, only vaguely related to SF Debris, he does commentary on sci-fi shows. And who's whistling?
Oh no! Shut up!
All right.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Well, that's it for our podcast, everybody.
Hold on. Wait.
Wait. Okay, Bane, what you got?
Chaswald Almighty. Anyone heard of him?
Nope.
I have.
He's been around as long as I have, but for some reason he's only got about 1K subscribers. But it's a great channel. Felfop Returns.
Yeah, he's good. I'm sub to him.
Yep. And of course my second channel, Bane Speaks.
All right.
Okay.
Well, gentlemen, it's been fantastic. I really appreciate it. Sail on, you brave individuals. We'll see you guys later.